Hey guys, it's LOL Rybun or Rybun here, and today we're going to be looking at all of the traps in the Heroes of Hammerwatch Forsaken Tower Acts 1 through 3. The thing to note here is Act 2 in Heroes of Hammerwatch, the prison, has no traps and instead has puzzles. I will be covering puzzles of the Forsaken Tower in another video. However, in this video specifically, we will be looking at the traps in Acts 1 and 3. I hope you guys enjoy the video. You guys are in for a treat. I just drew this up. Oh man. I'm sorry, this looks absolutely atrocious. But we're gonna go through this piece by piece so it's not super confusing, because someone asked me to go over whether a trap's worth it or not and stuff like that. The first and foremost thing is, as you'll see over here in this beautifully drawn outcomes chart, we've got what you can get from each chest. You can find this online. I'll post a link down in the description as well. But I'll go over it briefly with you. With a wood chest, basically you have a 75% chance of getting an item. 70% of that 75% chance is a white, and only 5% is a green. You've got a 5% chance to get ore, and 20% chance to get a diamond, 5% of which is a red diamond, 15% of which is a blue diamond. With a bronze chest, you no longer have to worry about getting ore or diamonds. You've got a 100% chance of an item, 65% of that being white and 35% being green. With a silver chest, you no longer can get white items. However, you have an 80% chance of a green with only a 20% chance of a blue. With gold, you got a 0% chance of white as before, but only a 25% chance of green, a 65% chance of a blue item, and a 10% chance of a purple item. While you will not get purple items frequently, there's definitely a thing that happens, and it can be very powerful in a run. And for ace chests, you either get a purple item or a red item at a 50-50 rate. That being said, when do you do traps? Well, if a trap is easy, as you may have guessed, you always do traps. I'm doing this little layer thing where I erase the layer because I thought it'd be really funny. But oh, man, I suck at this. For an easy bronze chest, go for it. For an easy silver chest, oh man, I'm spoiling everything. Go for it. For a an easy gold chest, go for it. What about a medium bronze chest? Well, if you think you could compromise your run, it's my explanation here, I would not do it if it's really risky. Sometimes a bronze chest can be super helpful though, and in general, you want to get every single item you can. So that's why I put a yellow here. If you're really bad at a trap, I have seen people who are notoriously awful at a trap, and if you're notoriously awful, obviously you don't want to do it. I'm kind of going ahead of myself here, but if you're notoriously awful, you don't want to do it. If it's kind of on the middle, that's your decision to make. This could compromise your run, it may not, but it's a thing to note. For a silver, if you're pretty sure you can do it, aka medium, I would go for it personally. I just think it's worth it. Same thing with gold, of course, because it's just as good, if not better. Now here's the interesting thing. For silvers, and if it's hard, I can say it may be worth it. I would say if it's bronze and it's like I said before, if it's bronze and you think it's really hard, I would just not do it. If it's silver and it's really hard, maybe give it a go, but I lean more towards not giving it a go. If it's gold, however, I would say this may be worth it. It may be worth it to go for a gold, even if it's hard, because it can make such an impact on your run. And that is Rybun's chart of no-nos. I'm sorry for the awful drawing quality. I'm not good at this. I probably should just use text for all the text rather than writing out most of it myself. But I hope this image is helpful to you in some way. That being said, oh sorry, also Unmarked chests I didn't include in this because in general, if a unlocked chest exists, it's going to be an easy enough trap. It kind of had the same logic as bronze here in terms of what to do. I may even say medium is like an orange for unmarked or unlocked, sorry. That being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video of me actually solving all of the traps in Acts 1 and 3. The way that you solve this trap is you'll notice the spikes follow a certain pattern. This one, this one, this one, and then you dodge off to the side here, and then you walk in. If you have glass walks on, you'll get this nice little glass walk, so you can just walk right in. But I'll show you me doing the trap. And you just wait here. And then you hit the button to get rid of the spikes. And we got a white item, kind of as expected. This is our next trap room. There's not much to this one other than the fact that there are arrows being fired in every which direction. If you're playing Paladin, you can try to block them, like standing here, you know that you're only gonna get hit by this one. And like right here, you know you're gonna get hit by this one. And up here we've got an unmarked chest. If you hit the button, it disables all the arrow traps. And when you open up this, you can usually expect the white item. This is kind of the other variant of the spike trap in Act 1. This one, however, does not have a duck down side opening. So what you actually do is you just run through this one. You wait for it to full reset, and you just walk with the spikes. If you have glass walks on, though, yet again, it carves a path for you. I'm sorry about my cat. But that's all there is to this one. And like always, we can turn off the trap with the button, and we're going to be expecting a white item from this chest. Our next technical spike trap is this one, which is a combination of an arrow trap and a spike trap. As always, if you take glass walks, you get this nice little pathway here. However, this does not make you avoid the arrows. If you time it properly, of course you will. But this is really just an easy trap yet again. If you're playing Paladin, of course, you can just walk knowing where each arrow is going to come from. However, if you're playing another class, the best thing to do here is you can stand in these in-between sections. Alternatively, you can try to be within dodging range of the arrows if you don't get hit by them. But you can definitely stand in these in-between areas, and then for this one you just wait for the spikes to go away, and then you walk. As always, you can turn off all the trap with the button, and from an unlocked chest, we're expecting a white item. Here's a nice little trap room on Act 1. This one's kind of weird. It's just a bunch of stuff going in separate ways. You kind of just walk through it whenever things disappear, and that's all there is to it. Yeah, so for this one, which is an arrow trap, you're just gonna kind of walk in, and you can dodge them like this for this part. And then down here, there's same exact type deal. I usually just brute force walk through it. If you're playing Paladin, however, you can kind of do it like this. Then you only have to worry about one axis of arrows. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah, so here's another one of these spike traps. Yet again, you just kind of walk through. If you have glass walks, you get this free path. But here's how I would walk through. And then hit the button to disable it. This one's a pretty simple trap. There's one nuance to it, and I'll be able to show you that because I've actually hit that condition. Sometimes you'll get a chest here and a chest here. In that case, you always want to open up this chest first, and I'll show you why. Right here, we can rush this. When you hit this button to turn off the spikes, it turns this one on permanently. Of course, you can just walk back in and get that if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Always just get all the stuff over here first, and then get this one. Next, we've got another one of these spike traps. How this works is there's an entrance that alternates here. And then we've got to worry about arrows. If you're a paladin, you can just walk through. If you're not, it goes left to right. So you've got some time to slide into the left position. Hit the button, as always, to disable it. We got a key ring. Totally forgot to record this one, but there's me a glass walk here if you have glass walks. Otherwise, there's arrows down here that fire out this way, and they go top to bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then you've got this alternating spike trap. So what you do with this is you start down here, it fires 2, you walk up to dodge those 2, you rinse and repeat, going back and forth like this. And then when the spike goes down, you go across. You can still rinse and repeat if you want, but I usually just tank the 1 arrow and then go get your chest. Another lovely spike trap here. We're gonna have to wait for it to come back around. You get these 2 free ones, then this one goes off. You wait for the arrow to shoot usually, and you swap over. Same thing here. So let me do that again for you. We're gonna have to wait one more time for it to come around. Right, here it comes. So the arrow just shot. So we go across. I'm sorry, there's weird delays in this. But essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna go up, you're gonna sit here, you're gonna go across, you're gonna go across, you're gonna come down, you're gonna go to this one, and then you're gonna come across. Another pretty interesting and easy trap. If you have glass walks, you can just walk across. For this one, each one of these buttons corresponds to one of the spikes. So it could be this is top, this is middle, this is bottom, or it could be anything else. But the order in which you hit them is what determines what goes away. So if I hit top, middle, bottom, let's see. So this button is the middle, this button is the top, and this button is the bottom. Now, of course, when you're coming in to solve a trap, oh geez, what did I say? This one was the top, I think. Okay. So when you're coming in to solve a trap, you want the bottom one to activate first, of course. So we're going to hit this one. Now, assuming that this was the middle, which is what I think I said, we're going to hit this one and then this one. So it should go this one, this one, this one. So rinse and repeat. And this time we'll walk across. And there you go. Hit the button to get rid of the spikes. And we get our diamond. Yeah, yay. This one's a fun trap. You just kind of follow the arrows around. It's not really that hard. Hit the button, disable it, and complete your Boots of Speed set. Fun fact. This is officially my 23rd run through of Act 1 in order to find this trap, specifically because I wanted to include it because I knew it existed. I think I've covered everything else at this point, and so I just started running Act 1 over and over and over again. I even gave up on doing ore runs. I'm now on NG0 to make my life super easy, and here we go. It's the stalagmites, stalactites. I'm not sure which ones come from the ceiling. This one is kind of just a play it by ear trap. It's completely random, and you just dodge everything. The other thing that's interesting about this trap is there's actually no button in this trap, so you can't turn it off once you get to the chest. And I have actually died to this trap like twice, as funny as that is. So be a little careful with this one. Know that you can't just make it to the end and walk back for free. You're actually going to want to dodge them for sure on the way in, because the way out is not guaranteed. Our first Act 3 trap room. For this one, what you're going to do is you go through this for free the first time, but as you see, there's a button here. When you hit this, an archer, it's not a statue, I can't think of what it is, like a little archer castle thing shows up. And there's someone here. If you're ranged, you can very easily kill it, and then proceed with the trap. If you're melee, maybe not, but what'll happen is you get alternating spikes along here. You can choose how to do it. Usually, if you're early enough in the game and you know you can eat the spikes, you can just get about halfway through and then just run. But I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the archer guy I'm talking about. If you're playing paladin, you can just face him with your shield and have no problem. Here I usually like to skip because you can, because it's a corner. And that's how you clear it. With bronze chest, we're probably going to get a green item or a white item. I accidentally started this without thinking about it too much, but here's our next trap room. For this one, it's the same thing. You've got a button at the end, you walk through for free. These are delayed blades that come through, or spikes, sorry, that come through after you hit them. So what you want to notice is that this thing stays down for about 3 seconds. So you wait for it to go for a little bit, and then you're going to start walking. And you got to plan out this path too. So I would go like right now. I took a hit. I wasn't actually watching this. I'm sorry. We'll go back through because we can take some trap damage. But so this guy just became active, so we're going to go now. And that's how you would clear it. White item here. Ooh, our next oh, jeez, hold up. Alright, so what we're looking at here is yet another one of these button pressers. And as you can see, there are fireballs coming out of these guys to block this free path that's not in the spikes. So when I hit the button, all this activates. Basically what you're looking at is you either have to take fire or you just walk through as intended. This is one of those where the spikes come up and then they go full rotation. It's a pretty easy one. And we've got a gold chest here, so we're looking at probably a blue item, maybe a purple. Let me go get those percentages for you. Alright, sorry, a great thread appeared. We're looking at a 25% chance of a green item, a 65% chance of a blue item, and a 10% chance of a purple item. So it's pretty likely you get a blue. You've got more chance to get a green than you do to get a purple, but both are possible. Alright, I've got a cat on my lap. Hopefully they don't interfere too much. But here's our next button. If we walk towards this and hit it, there's going to be fireballs in this midsection and spikes along these sections. I believe these come and go as a row, so it's not one by one. The cat is now on the desk, so we may experience some mic noise. I'm hoping that's not going to happen. So if I hit this button, you'll see these line up. Alright, sorry, I had to move the cat. You'll see that these line up, coming in and out as third time's the charm. These will come and go as one, so as you'll see they'll disable. That's your appointment to walk into the center. You usually do that immediately after, but so you can get in a timely fashion compared to the flames. And these ones right here do the same thing. So what we'll do is we'll wait for these to go out. We'll walk in, and then you just dodge fireballs for a little bit. And then while they're out, you walk out. We've got a silver chest here, so probably a green or a blue. One of my personal favorite traps. This one, just all these spikes activate, and then it'll form a path for you to follow. It changes a little bit time by time, but usually it consists of something that just seems a little extra, where you'd think it would go down right here. It may go all the way around like this and then come down. We've got a bronze, so probably a white or a green. Here's another kind of ensemble of stuff. What I usually do with this, and I'm not sure exactly how this works, but what I usually do is I go full circle and then I take out the middle. So I'll walk like this. Oh, I missed the middle. And I'm not sure if it's a random chest or not. I've had times where I do it really fast and I usually seem to get a gold on those, but I'm not sure if that's a stereotype or not a stereotype, but something formed from a small set of data. But that's how I do that trap. I'm not sure if that's the right way or if there's a particular way to do it, but from what I can tell, it doesn't matter what order you hit the buttons, but maybe there's something that predetermines where you should hit it, and that's what determines what chest you get. I'm not sure. Alright, this trap is another one of these button pressing traps, so we can look at it ahead of time. These guys act just like the ones in the hallway where you step in their line of path, in their path of shooting, they're gonna start firing. Then there's also fireballs that come out. I think each of these guys, I'm not sure if that's the only ones, but usually what I do is I just walk through this one. I don't really apply any amount of thought to it. We got a gold chest here, so we're expecting a blue item, maybe a purple, debatably a green, but probably a blue. Ooh, this one's a fun one. As you can see, we've got lots of motion activated spikes. What I like to do is you just hit it and you run. You go fast enough, you're gonna make it all the way to the end with no problems. This one here is a run for your life simulator. You hit the button and you just go. So I like to be on this side of the button if I'm gonna run across. You can't try to dodge the flames, but you'll usually only get hit by one. And that's this puzzle. I meant trap. Whoops. Light variant on the one we just did. Basically the same thing. Just walk across. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any traps I missed in either Act 1 or 3, please let me know down below in the comments. I think I covered everything, but then again, there were a lot more traps than I expected there to be, because I guess in my brain I register a lot of the similar traps as essentially the same exact thing, because they're so similar. That being said, please leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions for future videos. This one was from a comment in a previous video that suggested that I cover the traps. And I hope this information was helpful to you, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you again so much for watching. Bye.